second, and we'll start signing. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Just two items for your signature today. The first is the formal commission appointing Chris Rochelot to be the Deputy Administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration.
Right.
And since the commissioner position since the administrator position is currently vacant, he will act as the administrator since he's now been appointed deputy.
And he's a very capable guy.
Extremely experienced in aviation and highly regarded.
Good. I'd ask Will to. Explain the first, but really more importantly, explain the second, and we'll start signing. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Just two items for your signature today. The first is the formal commission appointing Chris Rochelot to be the Deputy Administrator of the Federal Aviation Administration.
Right.
And since the commissioner position since the administrator position is currently vacant, he will act as the administrator since he's now been appointed deputy.
And he's a very capable guy.
Extremely experienced in aviation and highly regarded in the industry and in government.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Second, for your signature, we have a presidential memorandum titled Immediate Assessment of Aviation Safety. In light of the damage done to aviation safety by the Biden administration's DEI and woke policies, what this presidential memorandum orders is for your Secretary of Transportation and FAA Administrator, in this case acting FAA Administrator, to basically ensure that we are actively undoing all of that damage, that we are assessing how much damage was done, and that we're ensuring that people hired within the FAA, in keeping with your memorandum of January 21st, are only the most outstanding, capable people for the jobs that they're being hired into.
In other words, competence.
Yes, sir. Elevating competence over everything else instead of the DEI policies that were pursued by the Biden administration.
And Obama.
Yes.
Both of them. Okay, but Biden much worse. Not even a contest. What they've done is just crazy in so many other ways. I think they have incompetence might have played a role. We'll let you know that, but we want the most competent people. We don't care what race they are. We want the most competent people, especially in those positions. And you're talking about extremely complex things, and they don't have a great brain, a great power of the brain. They're not going to be very good at what they do, and bad things will happen.
Mr. President, there's a small bit of
No, I think we need very smart people running the floods and doing it. The ones that aren't good, they'll either do one of two things. They'll have too many coming in and they can't handle it, or they'll have the people waiting up in the air, which everyone's been caught in that situation, and circling the airports for an hour. That's no good either. Say, well, my view is fine if they're in the right locations and if they're not at the same level. I mean, if a plane coming in is at 300 feet or 400 feet and the helicopter is training at 300 or 400 feet, why would they be up 500 feet higher? So I certainly would, and that to a certain extent is the air traffic control. Wait, please, wait just a second. I do, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Obviously, that was something that should not have happened, and we're not going to let it happen again. Yes.
On a slightly different subject.
So we'll be announcing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico for a number of reasons. Number one is the people that are poured into our country so horribly and so much. Number two are the drugs, fentanyl, and everything else that are coming to the country. Number three are the massive subsidies that we're giving to Canada and to Mexico in the form of deficits. And I'll be putting the tariff of the 25% on Canada and separately 25% on Mexico. And we will really have to do that because we have very big deficits with those countries. Those tariffs may or may not rise with time. Oil is going to have nothing to do with it as far as I'm concerned. Oil has nothing to do with it. It could increase, yes. It depends, but countries that won't take back their criminals that they sent into us, they sent them to us. They put them into the caravans and they came in. As sure as you're standing there, they were sent by those countries. Then they're going to be met very harshly with sanctions, etc. Not very much. A lot of the structure is already there, as you No, and I hope that's not the case in this case, but certainly over the years it's been the case. And it's the case with respect to close calls, and it's the case with respect to circling for hours on end. Planes circle a lot, and they circle because the people bringing them down, these people that have to be very, very smart, and it's not based on anything other than the brain. We need the smartest people. We need both psychologically smart and just brilliant, period. And we are going to have them in our control towers. We are going to have the most competent people in the country in our control towers, not people that are there for any other reason. Well, we'll see. I may do that, or I may use different people, but we're going to send more. We're going to give the Border Patrol some help. Although now, if you look, they've taken in the lowest number since my administration. The numbers are very low. And at that level, we don't need so much help. People know not to come, because if they come, they're not going to make it in, and they're going to be shipped out. They will do it. They will do it. They're going to do it. Okay, we do a lot for them, and they're going to do it. No. If people aren't coming to work, then they're not going to come into the office and report as per the date that you know what it is. Everybody knows what the date is. It's been very well documented. And then they're going to be terminated. They'll be replaced. They're very competent people. We have a lot of competent people in this country.
Have you spoken to anybody?
I don't want to comment on that.
Do you have a plan to go visit the site? Or
I have
meet with any of the
a
first
plan
responders?
to visit, not the site.